But I showed up. Silk blouse, steady hands. The kind of calm you only earn after walking through fire and deciding you'd rather burn than kneel. The table was set like always. Too much silverware, too little warmth. My mother had cooked lamb. My father poured wine like it was his blessing, and my brother Todd wore that smirk he perfected in childhood. Midway through the meal, just as I raised my glass, he cleared his throat. Anyway, he said, lounging back, Mom and Dad said I'm moving into your house after the renovation. Should only take a few weeks. You left the spare key, right? The room paused. Even the fork in my hand froze. Then I smiled. Funny, I said, sliding a thick folder across the table. I sold it for $850,000 last week. He stared at the folder. His smirk cracked. When Dad got sick, I was the one who dropped out of college to come home. When Todd got arrested for the second time, pills, not even his, I paid the lawyer. When Mom said she needed help managing the estate after Grandma died, I was the one up at 3 a.m. reading probate law while they slept. They called me the strong one. But strength to them was just another word for useful. Todd was the favorite, the charmer, the prince. They made it clear my role was to serve, to sacrifice, to stay quiet. So I did, for years, until last Thanksgiving. I'd just spent 6 months restoring the family house, the one Grandma left me in her will. My mother hated that, said it made things complicated. Todd had wandered into the study, glass in hand. Hey, he said, you don't mind if I crash here a while, right? Got into some trouble with the landlord. I didn't answer. He grinned, then reached into the desk drawer and pulled out my file folder, my deed. Relax, he said. Mom and Dad already said it's cool. I'm family. It's not like you're gonna sell it or anything. That's when I knew. They were plotting behind my back. A week later, I overheard the call. My mother, on speaker. Yes, Todd can move in any time. The house is still in her name, but we'll handle it. Handle it. Like I was a loose thread in their story. Pulled every legal document tied to the house. Verified the will. Grandma had left it only to me. Clean, uncontested. Then I contacted a realtor. By January, we had a buyer. By February, we had an offer. I staged the house myself. Signed the papers. Quietly, precisely. No drama, no announcement. The sale closed 2 days before dinner. Deed transfer. Wire confirmation. A photo of the new owner, smiling, posing with the sold sign in front of what he thought was going to be his little bachelor palace. What the hell is this? He muttered. My mother reached over, eyes narrowing. You sold the house? I sipped my wine. You mean my house? Dad leaned forward, voice low. We told Todd he could stay there. I didn't blink. That wasn't your call to make. Todd slammed the folder shut. I just needed a place for a few months. Seriously? You're going to screw me over for that? You've lived off my back your whole life. My voice was calm, colder than they'd ever heard. Your few months would have turned into years. Mom's lips curled. So you humiliate him, your own brother? You humiliated me, I said, still smiling, by pretending my life, my property, and my decisions belonged to you. You ungrateful little... Careful, I said, my voice sharp now. That mouth is the reason Grandma didn't leave it to you. For so long, I thought being useful was the only way to matter. But the truth? You can drown in a house full of people and still be completely alone. I left that night without dessert. They didn't stop me. Found out the buyer flipped the house for $950K. Hope you're happy. I didn't reply. Instead, I screenshotted the message, filed it under petty. Then I opened my banking app, watched the interest tick up. Behind you, and trust me, I didn't just burn it. I sold the ashes.